All right, the one thing I kept hearing the last few months was there can't be a 2014 reunion without Madison Bumgarner. So first of all, great to see you back, but I want to take you back to the night before Game 7, which obviously is going to be a big deal this week. I've never forgotten I asked you the night before about Tim Hudson starting Game 7, and you were really excited about it and just really happy for him.
Yeah.
What did that mean to you, just to see him get that opportunity, knowing that he's the first guy out there tomorrow?
Yeah, well, we were pretty tight when he was here. We're still good buddies, and honestly, I thought it was just in the stars, for him to go out there and like that was going to be his moment right there. Unfortunately, it wasn't necessarily, but he still started Game 7 and we still won. So that's still pretty awesome thing.
Did you ever talk to Boch about pitching in Game 6 or starting Game 7, or did you kind of have too much respect for the chain of command there?
I just let him know that I could. I let him know that I could, and it wasn't trying to, be, tough guy or whatever you like. Just I would have done that too, but for whatever reason, that time in my career, I was locked in, good as I could be, and body felt good and was able to recover when everything's flowing and going right, and a lot of more stress-free innings and stuff. That helps a guy be able to bounce back and recover. So I felt great the whole postseason.
Jake told me that before Game 7, you guys were standing in the outfield, and you told him, if I get into this game, I'm not giving the ball up. How confident were you that no matter, they end up asking 5 innings of you, but no matter what was asked of you, you can do it that night?
Yeah, going back to how I felt, and, that's honestly the whole, most of the second half of that season, but especially the postseason that was me as good as I could be. Everything was working perfectly. People talk about the zone. That was it. I didn't have it before then. I didn't have it after then. That was the spot for me. And I wouldn't have said that if I wasn't 100% confident of it. I wasn't trying to be arrogant. We were just talking, and I was I was just locked in.
People, the iconic image is you coming out of the bullpen, and I've talked to so many of your teammates about what they were feeling. What's going through your head as you're running out of that bullpen, and there's 5,000 people going nuts?
Not much, actually. You're when you're in the zone like that, it's just like another day. I was excited to get in. I was ready to go. I was ready to start the game. I was ready to come in after Huddy. Jeremy came in and did tremendous bridging that gap too, but I was just excited to get out there.
It's funny watching that final at bat again, because Buster's literally standing up and saying, go like as high as you can. Oh, well, now everybody's trying to elevate the fastball. But what was your approach there?
Well, we did, I haven't thought about this at all, so you're having to dig deep here. But I remembered, he was one of the tougher at bats on the team for me. There was a lot of lefties. So, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it went righty-lefty all the way through the lineup. And I knew Perez was aggressive, especially going to be aggressive right there. Anybody would be. And I knew I could bounce a curveball. I could probably, in that spot, I could have bounced a curveball halfway to the plate, and he would have maybe swung at it. But in Game 1, I believe I bounced a curveball to him, and he still managed to foul it off after it bounced. And he had good bat-to-ball skills. So we were just going to test the waters, and I honestly didn't mind if we walked him. I was just going to see if he, play into his aggressiveness, and if he could dial it down, then he would have probably wound up on first. But we would have just got the next guy. So.
One thing that's always stood out to me watching that is everybody starts celebrating when the ball gets popped up. You were still locked in until it hit Pablo's glove. I mean, Did your mindset change immediately, or were you still that much in the zone that you're not even thinking that's a pop-up game?
No, I knew, and I expected it to be over, but, I wasn't going to have that lapse in judgment in case something weird happened. Just want to stay focused on the job at hand, and then when it was over, it's time to celebrate.
you never did the beer celebration. I was following you around all month. You were adding a beer, and after Game 7,
Yeah. Well,
we're slightly too tired.
it didn't have, that was, that it did kind of hit me a little bit after that, but there was no time, you're getting, that's the bad part about being in that spot is you don't really get to celebrate with your teammates. You get drug around in 50 different directions, but that's the price you pay, and it's well worth it. I wouldn't change a thing. But.
Do you have any idea, and this is maybe a hard question to answer, but that's never going to be done again? I mean, you were around long enough to see that the game has changed since then, but
yeah.
Even before then, nobody did it. But now, I mean, if someone goes 30 innings in a postseason, it's a big deal.
Yeah, maybe, probably not in the near future, but who knows what's going to happen. I could never say never. Who knows what the game's going to evolve into. But I would say it's pretty safe bet that it's not going to happen in the near future the way it's going.
All right, Madison, I think it's a pretty safe bet too. Thank you so much for joining us, and great to see you back here.
Thank you.